Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Meslin. I am your mental fitness trainer here on YouTube, and welcome to Mental Training with Mez, where on this channel we are dedicated toward actually getting our mental training exercise in for the day. Before we begin with our training session, I want to share with you an insight that I got during my meditation session earlier today. All right. The law of faith is the law of divine action, in that you are making choices and taking action without overthinking or fear. To move intuitively is an art. It is the blend of curiosity and experience, and only in faith do we learn that the two coexist. So, our ability to be curious and to know what it is we are curious about, to be able to understand what it is we are curious about, coexist. They go hand in hand. Curiosity is the I don't know factor of ourselves. It's the I don't know what is going to happen, what can happen, the possibilities of how these things may happen. But it's blended and coexisting in balance proportion to the knowing, which is the experience. Because an experience means I know, I understand this thing, I have wisdom, I have knowledge on it because I've been open to it. And so what faith teaches us is that both of these muscles, these understandings of our mind, of our vision, coexist. They're intended to be balanced with one another. So what mental fitness training does is it helps us to remain in that state of balance of knowing and not knowing. And the reason why the breath is the focal point, faith teaches us, is because the breath is present to the moment. It's right here in this moment where knowing and not knowing is actually taking place, where that divine balance is taking place. So when we focus on the breath, we are divinely balanced in our curiosity and our experience of life. And what mental fitness training is going to do is it's going to help us be more confident and have stronger mental muscles to remain present. Because we need these muscles, concentration and focus. We need these mental muscles to be strong enough to keep us present to the breath. So that's what we're here to do. That is the whole purpose of this channel. And that's what we're going to be getting into for the next 20 minutes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. So before we begin, I always want to start with make sure you are wearing comfortable clothing. I approach this like an athlete. We are going to be strengthening our concentration and focus muscles. So to do that, we're going to be sitting silent and still and just focusing on the breath. So make sure you're wearing comfortable clothing that you feel comfortable enough to sit in for 20 minutes. That's a choice you have to make. And if what you're wearing, you feel comfortable enough to get your 20 minutes of mental training in, then so be it. That's the whole never second guessing yourself. There is no uncertainty in faith, in the expression of faith. And so that's why with this type of training, if you feel comfortable enough and you know you can sit in those clothes for 20 minutes, that's okay. Also, make sure you're in a position where you are comfortable to hold for 20 minutes and in a space where you feel comfortable enough to close your eyes for 20 minutes. You don't have to close your eyes for this type of training. You'll notice with me, I'll fluctuate between opening my eyes and closing my eyes. Part of that is I'm trying to keep track of our time so that we don't go past our 20 minutes. But also it's just my dance of learning to pay attention with my eyes open and learning to pay attention with my eyes closed. So it's more stress on the concentration and focus muscles, but it helps to make them stronger. So it's just like if you were doing a push-up and really going slow, you're adding tension to that push-up by going slow. It just makes the muscle stronger, but it's difficult to do, but it makes the muscle stronger. So you can fluctuate between opening and closing your eyes, but make sure you're in a space where you feel comfortable enough to open to close your eyes if you want to close them. Have back support. Please make sure you're sitting in an upright position. Your spine needs to be supported, erected, elongated. So sit upright, shoulders back, feet planted or feet in lotus position if that makes you comfortable. But just make sure you're sitting in a position that keeps you alert, because that's part of this training, is that to be able to concentrate and focus does expose how mentally fatigued we get easily by even trying to be focused and concentrated on something. So make sure you're in an upright position. This is going to aid in you staying alert and allowing the body tempo to relax as well. So have back support. Also, if you find it difficult to do the type of training that we do, which is focus on the breath and just the breath, meditation beads are great tools to help you along this journey. I use them from time to time. They just simply help you to stay, they help us to stay focused on the inhale and exhale. Each bead is treated as a full inhale and exhale cycle. So you would start with one bead, inhale, exhale, next bead, inhale, exhale, and then you would just continue for however long the duration of the mental training is. I highly recommend you guys get them. They really do help in the beginning of your journey. And what you want to see is that eventually you get to a point where you're not using the beads, because they would be like assisted pull-ups, or, you know, having a band, using the long bands when you're doing chin-ups or pull-ups. They're assisted. So the beads help to assist you in the type of mental training we're doing, but you do want to see yourself get to a point where you don't need the beads and you're able to just stay focused on the breath. Because in and of itself, the mastery that we can come to is really up to us. And as the quote I read stated, like, we want to be strong. We want to be mentally fit, because our ability to be curious about life and to understand what it is that we're seeing in life go hand in hand. So being uncertain, being doubtful, being worried is okay, but you have to also begin to acknowledge the fact that there is an aspect of us that is all-knowing. And that is what faith-based mental training is asking of us. We have to learn to pay attention to the part of ourselves that is experienced in life, because we are life itself, right? So we shouldn't allow ourselves to get to a mental state of lethargy where we're not prepared to break free from that, to break free of mental laziness. And to do that, we actually have to strengthen our mental muscles. We have to exercise them. We have to work them out. All right. So move around, drink some water, use the restroom, get comfortable, find the position that you know you're going to be able to maintain for the next 20 minutes. And before we get started, I'm going to ask you to take some big breaths. These are just breaths that serve as a form of a warm-up, so that you can really illuminate the breath, so that your focus of attention is able to stay on the breath. And that is the requirement for this type of training that we're going to do for today. All we're going to do is give all our focus of attention to the inhale and exhale of our breathing. We're not controlling our breath. We're not pausing. We're not holding our breathing. We're going to, while paying attention to our breathing, we're going to keep our breathing fluid. To keep your breathing fluid, you have to participate in the inhale and exhale. So you are going to intentionally breathe in and out, while keeping your focus of attention on the breath. That is all we're doing. Get comfortable to the best of your ability, lock in on the position, and take some big breaths here for me. Ready? Big breath. Big breath. And the timer has begun again. All you're doing is giving all your focus of attention to the inhale and exhale of your breathing. Mouth is closed, and you're intentionally breathing in and out. Don't hold your breath. Don't pause. Keep it fluid. Stay focused on your breathing. Maintain your form. All we're doing is intentionally breathing in and out while keeping our focus of attention on the in and out rhythm. Give all your effort and energy towards this. Give all your mental effort toward paying attention to the inhale and exhale. And intentionally breathe in and intentionally breathe out while doing so. Right now, we're strengthening our mental muscles by focusing on the breath. 15 minutes left. Stay relaxed, stay alert. And don't force the body temple to relax. It will relax on its own. Just keep your focus of attention on the breath while intentionally breathing in and out. Keep the spine erect. Stay elongated. We're intentionally breathing in and out, so feel the air going in and out of the nose, mouth closed. Excuse me. Feel it going in and out of your body, mouth closed. Just keep your focus of attention on your breathing. Stay focused. Let the body breathe through any emotions or sensations or tingleness it's feeling in this moment. Our only requirement is to keep our focus of attention on the inhale and exhale while intentionally breathing in and intentionally breathing out. The body temple is going to come into a state of mental peace, of relaxation. Just maintain paying attention to the breath and continue to breathe in and out purposefully. Got 9 minutes left. Stay focused. Keep your concentration on the breath. Breathe through any emotions or sensations that you may be feeling in the body, any tingleness, any tension. Allow the breath to breathe through it. To the best of your ability, just maintain your position. Continue to breathe in and out. 8 minutes. Stay focused. Continue to pay attention to the inhale and exhale while you're purposely breathing in and out without pausing, without holding your breath. You're making this in and out fluid. Don't control the breathing. Just stay connected with your inhale and exhales. 60 seconds. Time. All right, guys, that was our 20 minutes of mental training session. And again, just to provide clarity on your why. Why are we showing up every day, getting our 20 minutes of mental fitness training in? It's because the law of faith is the law of divine action. This law is a law that we can use whenever we are in the state of I don't know, because it automatically shows us the balanced state of I know. It's the blend of curiosity and experience. So it's okay not to know in the moment. It's actually a part of our human experience. We're not supposed to know everything, but what that experience of being divinity, of being aware of our divinity does is that we're never afraid when we're in a state of I don't know. Because by paying attention to the breath, we're paying attention to reality. And the law of faith teaches us everything we need to know is right here in this moment. Because it tells us experience is right here coexisting with curiosity. So when you're in a state of I don't know, you're mentally training yourself to be disciplined in the state of I know, the experience state. So that's why we're showing up. That's why we're becoming mentally fit. Let me know how this training was for you. Were you able to maintain that state of mental alertness and peace? Did you find yourself experiencing mental fatigue? Were you getting tired? Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Thank you so much for showing up, for watching this all the way, for getting your mental training in. I'll see you. Bye, guys.